Hi everybody, today I have on the chat with me Liisa. Liisa is a chiropractor in far north Finland. I would pronounce the name of her town where she's from, but I think every Finnish person would laugh at me if I tried to say that. I've asked Liisa on the call today for two reasons. One, that I first met Liisa when she was studying chiropractic at Barcelona Chiropractic College. And after she graduated, she worked with me for a little while during that period too. And then she went back to her home. And I wanted to ask Liisa about how that experience was and the difference between being in Barcelona to being in far north Finland. And then second of all, Liisa has a little chiropractic secret, and that is that she is an amazing animal chiropractor. And I wanted to ask her a little bit about what that involves and how she became so interested in animals. So hi, Liisa.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Erin. Nice to be speaking to you.
Yeah. So Liisa, tell us, you graduated in 2018 and you and your partner made the decision to move back to Finland. How did that come about? Where did that come from?
Well, I had been already living in Spain for about 14 years by then, 14, 15 years. And I thought that it's maybe a good moment if I still want to go back to Finland. Now it would be the moment. Also, I have parents still alive. They are getting older, and I started to feel also a little bit of a lack of the family and wanting to be there for them. So it was quite clear actually that now it would be a good moment to go back, also to be able to spend some time with them as well.
Yeah.
And
tell
I
us
also
a little bit about where are you in Finland?
I'm quite far up in the north, so about 200 kilometers from the polar circle. So we are quite far here where Finland and Sweden comes together. And I would say that I'm one of the few vitalistic chiropractors up here in the north. So, but yeah, it's all good. There are need for chiropractors. So there's a need for chiropractors. So in a way, it's a very good place to be because we are fully busy.
And what is it like up there? Is it flat? Is it mountainous? Is there snow all the time? Is it sun all the time? How is life there?
Well, life is actually quite good. I'm surprised how easy the transition has been from Barcelona and Spain since so many years and coming here. We have 4 seasons. It's really lovely. So we have quite nice summer. Actually, now it's about 23, 24 degrees, sunny, full outside. Then we have, the autumn is quite nice, winter is nice, and winter, of course, it's a bit darker, but it's not all the months that we don't see the light. So it's just January, December, that are a bit of harder months, but other than that, it's quite okay.
Okay.
And yeah, we don't have mountains. Actually, Finland doesn't have. Sweden and Norway do, but we are quite flat country. Up in the Lapland region, there are some mountains to go to ski to, but that's about it.
And are you working, do you have your own practice or do you work for somebody?
I work in a sort of associateship kind of a thing. So as I am animal chiropractor as well, I don't need a big practice for the full week for the people adjusting. So actually right now I'm only adjusting 1 day a week, humans. So for that, I didn't see the need to run my own practice actually. So I'm kind of in a renting associate thing with one chiropractor who has been coming here for 10 years now. He's flying from Helsinki actually to come and adjust here people, and it has been going really well.
Great.
And I'm sharing a space with him.
Okay. And so tell us, how did you get into animal chiropractic?
Yeah, that's a good question. Actually, I've always been into horses. I've always been a horse girl since I was 6, I guess. But life took me somewhere else, and I started to be working I was working quite a long time in international business. But then I already knew it was not going to be the end station for me. So I knew there was something else. And one thing led to another, and I find myself studying chiropractic. And I heard that chiropractic actually works very well with horses and with animals in general. And it was kind of love from the first sight. And then when I was in BCC, I already knew that after I graduate, I want to do the animal chiropractic studies as well, so that I can also help animals.
Right. And how does that logistically work? Like, do the animals come to your clinic, or do you have to go to the animals? How does an animal chiropractor work?
Yeah, I think there are 2 ways, or many ways, I guess, but I think 2 really clear ways how you can do it. So of course, with the horses, most of the time you go to the stable, but you can have also these hub stations or hub stables where the horses come to you, so you don't have to be traveling all around the country.
Yeah.
So for example, there are some stable owners that they allow other horses to come there, so it makes your life a bit easier. So then you can book in there the horses of that stable, but then also visitors. With dogs, it's a bit easier because you can either see them in your own office, so that's also allowed, or it's possible. Of course, you have to take care of a bit of the hygiene and stuff like that, but then that's all possible. And you can also adjust the dogs while you are doing stable visits, so they can also come there. Many horse owners, they also have dogs, and they are very happy to also adjust their dogs at the same time. But also there are dogs that visit stables just for that, for the logistics reason as well.
Right.
And I also know some chiropractors, they go and do home visits with dogs.
Okay.
But I found that a bit too challenging because in between the horses and the dogs and the humans, it's quite some time consuming as well if you do home visits. So
yeah,
for me, it worked the best that they come to see me in the human practice. Actually, I have another day for the dogs. So.
Right. So you have, so if I understand it, you're working one day in a clinic where you adjust humans, and then the other days you dedicate to animals, either at the stables or they come to your practice. And how do you get the word out there that you're an animal chiropractor? Have they been receptive to that?
Yeah, very receptive. That was actually one of the reasons as well why I felt confident coming up here, because I knew that there was already, or there has been a vet who is also trained in animal chiropractic about 4 years. Actually, I called to my cousin to call her 4 years ago to start treating her horse with chiropractic. So she's been coming here to the region already since a while, and she has been quite vocal about animal chiropractic. So she had already laid the ground a bit for that. So with the horses, it was quite easy. Just create a Facebook page, because that seems to be working here in Finland quite well. So I just had to do that and just start a couple of horses, adjusting a couple of horses, and then it just was enough, actually. So, but the dogs, that has been a bit more slow process, but that's also getting there. Also, I think I'm creating more horsey vibe because I'm a more horse person.
Right.
So it's just natural that the horses are coming along a bit faster and better than the dogs.
And the area where you are, so the horses, is it a very horsey area? Like, I imagine it's quite extreme conditions in the winter for the horses. How does a horse live in an exterior winter in Finland?
Well, it's a very good question, and very a topic that we have been discussing a lot at home as well, because my partner, he's actually also working with horses, and he's a barefoot trimmer. And when a horse is on barefoot or he doesn't wear any shoes, the condition or the living environment where he lives is a very, not critical, but it's very important factor. So many times we have been saying, like, Finland is not really a country to have horses, but you can't help if you are a horse lover like we are, then you just want to have your horse no matter where you live.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the horses, they cope with everything pretty well. They are very adaptable in a way, because they are prey animals, so they adapt to the environment where they are because they want to survive. So they also do live here in Finland and they adapt. So, but yeah, of course, there are some downsides to it as well. You can see it in the health a bit. But yeah, it works.
And Liisa, could you tell us like a really cool story about adjusting an animal, like, or some, like miracle story that happened, or a fun story about any animal biting you or something? I don't know, some experience that you've had.
Adjusting animals is really interesting because they are so open. I don't know if you guys who are listening, or you as well, if you have heard about Jay Komarek, for example. He's a very good and amazing animal chiropractor in the States. And he always talks about the fact that the animals, they don't have the bullshit factor. If they you to come and adjust, then they are all open for it. And they straight away react to it as well. So when you're adjusting an animal, after a little while, when the nervous system calms down, they start yawning, they start breathing more deep, and you just see immediate shift. So I think for me, that's the best thing that I receive when I'm there adjusting animals, because you can just straight away see the effects. Not that we are looking for it, because we know that chiropractic works anyway, but it's lovely to see, because these animals as well, they are there doing quite a lot of things for us, So then it's nice to see that at some point they also get a bit of a release. They are relaxing and they are just be able to be animals again. And yeah, there's a big change in the posture in animals, in horses as well. So that's something that I've been noticing. And also the farriers, actually, they come to say like, hey, you know what, something has happened with this horse because I need to shoe him differently now. Yeah. Or that they start building up muscles quite differently or faster, because of course, when the spine works, the nervous system works, and then the muscle starts to activate differently. So they need to get different saddles and all these kind of things. So it's quite a quick process in the animals when they start reacting.
Wow. And then Liisa, like how, I mean, I have this, like, as how do you adjust a horse, such a big animal, you know, when you're adjusting a human, of course, it's about your technique and your speed to adjust it. Is it the same when adjusting animals, but I mean, just on another proportion?
Yeah, it is, because it's all about the technique and the collaboration or the connection with the animal, because horse is a massive animal, you know, it's about, depending a bit, 400 to 700 kilos. So you can't fight it. If the horse doesn't want it, then it's either you get hurt or something else happens. So of course we use bales. So we have to get on top of the horse. So you have to be able to get your correct line of drives. There are also angles in their spine, in their vertebrae. So you have to have the technique there. But it's all about the technique and the speed. So then we use bales, we get on top of there, and then we palpate the spine, and where are the restrictions, then we adjust. So in that way, it's quite similar to humans. You just have to know a little bit differences in the anatomy that there are. And also some horses, they can be a bit fuzzy. So you need to keep yourself calm, not to become fuzzy as well or frustrated, because then the horse gets even more fuzzy, because they are mirrors. And also the dogs is the same. And dogs sometimes can be a bit scared or something, so you really have to keep your own internal energy in the right way, so that the animal gets the calmness from you, and then he can calm down and everything is okay. So this is a little bit different to humans. You don't have to, of course it's nice that you are also calm and in the right place for adjusting, but with animals I think it's a little bit more important.
And then Liisa, now that you made this jump to move back home and work with animals, if someone was listening who had some sort of interest in animal chiropractic, what advice would you give somebody now that you're 2 years down the track? Or what advice would you give yourself 2 years ago?
Go for it. Go for it. It's really lovely. It's a bit different chiropractic, because it's really those effects that you see. It's so lovely to see it immediately. Of course, there are some people who also they start stretching, and you can really see the shift in them, of course. But somehow for me, because animals are so close to my heart as well, I just love to see them feeling better, because I believe that they are there doing quite a lot of things for us as well, and they can't choose for themselves. So I love to be able to help them, and when I see them feeling better, it's just enough for me. And it's quite easy to become an animal chiropractor. It's only 6 months of dedication that you need, so in the end it's not so long to get the training. And I think we also need more animal chiropractors, because there are a lot of vets right now that are understanding or realizing that chiropractic actually works really well for horses and for dogs and any animals. So they are becoming more trained in animal chiropractic as well. But yes.
Liisa, thank you so much. Thank you so much for getting in contact us from your faraway land up there. And enjoy the summer and the 24-hour sunshine. No?
Thank you. Likewise, it was really nice to talk to you.
Bye, Liisa.
Bye-bye.